It was a quiet Sunday morning when I heard the unmistakable sound of glass breaking downstairs. At first, I thought it was a stray baseball or maybe a careless neighbor. But when I looked out the window and saw HOA Karen tiptoeing through my living room, my blood ran cold. She had a clipboard in one hand, her phone in the other, and a smug look that said she thought she owned the place. I didn't panic. I had faced much worse in my life. You see, Karen had no idea who she was dealing with. Not only was she trespassing, she had just broken federal law. She had no warrant, no permission, and no understanding that the owner of the house she was invading just happened to be a federal judge. I stayed silent, observing her for a few moments. Karen muttered something about an inspection and violation notices as she poked around my kitchen. She even opened cabinets and rifled through papers, leaving a trail of chaos behind her. I finally stepped into the room, arms crossed, calm but authoritative. "Karen," I said, voice steady, "do you have a warrant?" Her eyes widened. I'm from the HOA. This is an official inspection." I sighed and shook my head. "You understand that an HOA has no legal authority to enter a private home without consent or a warrant, correct?" Her smug expression faltered slightly, but she tried to regain her composure. "Well, we have rules, and you're in violation of—" "Karen," I interrupted. "You just committed a federal offense. Trespassing on my property, breaking in, entering without consent. It's a crime. And the funny thing is, I enforce laws like this every day. Now leave, or I'll have you detained immediately." For a moment, she stood frozen, unsure whether to flee or argue. I walked slowly toward the door, my phone in hand, ready to call law enforcement. But I knew the second she stepped outside, I had every right to press charges. The irony was delicious. Here she was, thinking her HOA badge gave her power over a federal judge. Little did she know, the law book she so blindly respected on paper was now in my hands, and her actions could land her in serious legal trouble. Karen finally bolted, stumbling out the front door, leaving her clipboard behind. I snapped a few photos for evidence, documenting the crime scene meticulously. The mess she left behind? Consider it evidence for the lawsuit I would file. Later that day, I contacted my legal team. While I could handle cases in court daily, this was personal. The HOA board was about to learn a valuable lesson. When you cross the line and target someone with real authority, your recklessness comes with consequences. Within 48 hours, I had filed criminal complaints for trespassing, illegal entry, and property damage. The HOA board was forced to issue a public apology, pay damages, and agree never to enter my property again without formal notice and permission. The story made local headlines. Karen's reputation as a controlling, power-hungry HOA member was ruined. From that day forward, I took extra precautions. Cameras were installed, alarms upgraded, and every entrance fortified. But the best part? Whenever Karen or her board members tried to push boundaries in the neighborhood, I reminded them subtly and legally that I knew the law better than anyone. Every HOA notice, every threat, every overreach was countered with quiet authority. Karen learned the hard way. Never assume your HOA position trumps the law. And more importantly, never underestimate someone who enforces it. She tried to intimidate me with a clipboard and a badge, and walked away knowing that, this time, she had truly met her match. The lesson was simple. Power isn't about authority on paper. It's about understanding leverage, rights, and consequences. And Karen? She learned that lesson at my doorstep on a quiet Sunday morning, never to be forgotten.